Hello everyone, this is Beastly Eel here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Secret Invasion, specifically episode 5. So if you've not seen this episode, I highly recommend you pausing this video I should say, watching the episode and then coming back to hear what I have to say. If you don't care about spoilers, well then, or you've already seen it, well here you are. So the big thing here is it starts off with Nick Fury actually at the hospital getting the president into surgery. What we find out is that the president is not allowed to have anybody with him at this time, especially during surgery. So Nick Fury places himself outside of the operation room and is waiting for anybody to come in to try to stop the president. So as he's waiting there, Garrick orders, um, basically orders Rhodes, who is a Skrull, to not kill the president now, and that what's going to need to happen now is to convince the president that there is a Skrull invasion in Russia and that he needs to blow up the compound that all the Skrulls live in, which has been their base for many years, I'm assuming. So, Rhodes is like, "Are you sure?" And Garrick's like, "Yes, that's my order, and it's to be done. And you know what happens if you fail." So he hangs up with him. Well, a lot of the Skrulls hear about this, and they start actually attacking Garrick. Garrick beats them up, goes full on Super Skrull, and takes them out one by one, and makes a very big public execution of one of them to prove a point to every other Skrull that if you have a problem, deal with me right now, and we will deal with this problem as we speak. Let's just say that nobody else wanted to take him out. Um, and then he ordered a bunch of them to go after Fury's wife to kill her because she disobeyed a direct order from him, and the fact that Fury is still alive. Um, and Fury is in the operating area, and that's when Rhodes comes in, and Nick Fury pulls a gun on him, slams up against the wall, and Rhodes is basically like, "Hey, if you kill me, I promise you that that leak that has gone on of you killing Maria Hill is going to be all over the news, and you're going to be the most wanted man in the entire world." And Nick Fury realizes he's not bluffing, smacks him in the face, and then leaves. And then he gets guns pointed at him by multiple U.S. agents. I beat a lot of them, all lined up, ready to kill him. And what gets me is Rhodes goes, "If you ever come within I think it was like 100 feet of the president, you now know what will happen." And Nick Fury leaves. So Nick Fury is on the run. He goes to a location where he meets Gaia, who is obviously Talos' daughter. They have a conversation about the world and her dad, and he explains to her what's going on, and that what Garrick wants is called the Harvest, which is the DNA of all the Avengers, and that is why he wants what he wants. So he basically tells Gaia to go see his wife to bury her dad, and then he's going to Finland. So while this is happening, he leaves, and she's on her own path, and she meets up with Fury's wife. They bury Talos in the most traditional Skrull way, which is apparently very similar to Asgardian way, where they burn the body and they say a prayer in the Skrull language. They are then inside waiting for her execution. And Guy asks her why she's staying here knowing that her execution is coming. And she explains that the reason why she's still here is because this is what she calls home. She's not going to run in some dark alley and wait for them to get her there. If they're going to attack her, they're going to attack her in the only place that she feels safe and happy. And, well, she gets her wish because the assassin squad of the Skrulls comes in. And both her and Gaia team up together and take out all the Skrulls, one by one. It was just very interesting seeing the two work together, which I find very interesting. Um, then they split ways. Gaia goes one way and she goes another. Then we see the SIS agent who has been basically killing scrolls left and right. So she goes up to the head of SIS and actually shoots him. And it comes to find out that he's actually a scroll, and she knew it recently, and takes him out. And she's waiting for all the information that is needed. We don't know what information she gets out of him, but in turn, she actually becomes the leader of SIS because of everything that's going on. So she then leaves. Um, the president wakes up. Rhodes goes in there, explains to the president what's going on and how they have to destroy the scroll. Well, basically destroy the scroll. What's it called? Hideout, and that it's on Russian soil. And the president's concerned because the president knows that if he orders this hit, it will cause World War III. And Rhodes is like, hey, I'd rather have World War III than an extinction, so do what you need to do. Um, and as of the end of that section of the episode, it is unclear if the president is actually going to blow up the base or not. So during this time, we have Garrick calling Fury, where Fury's on his way to go somewhere. Um, Also, just another FYI, the video of him killing Maria Hill is all over the place. Everyone and their mother knows about it. So there is no hiding from it whatsoever. But anyway, so all that's going on, and then Garrett calls him and wants the um, harvest. And he basically tells Nick that if you don't give it to me, I'm going to have the president blow up the scroll compound and cause World War III. And we both know you don't want that. So Nick is like, whatever, and hangs up the phone on him. So he flies to Finland, gets a new face temporarily, because his face is plastered everywhere. He meets the new head of the SIS, and it come to find out, she didn't know that Rhodes was a Skrull, and actually agreed with him to attack the Skrull compound. She then goes with Fury to find the harvest, and she's kind of confused because she's like, "You're going to give him the harvest," and it is explained how it was actually collected. During the fight on Earth, all the Avengers that fought drew blood at some point in that fight. So all the DNA was collected into what was called the Harvest, which is what Garrick wants to create the Super Skrull, which is the DNA of all the heroes combined. So Fury actually puts it in his grave, quite literally, takes it out, grabs his whole uniform, his eye patch, his guns, and he's ready to go. And he walks out there ready to fight Garrick, and that's the end of the episode. So we know where this is going to end in the sense of like it's going to be a fight between Garrick and Nick Fury, but there's got to be Guy has got to be involved because Super Skrull versus Super Skrull would make sense. But very curious to see where this is going to, like, how it's going to climax in that fight, because there is only the series finale left. So I'm very curious of where it's going to go, in the sense of for that fight scene. Like, where is it going to be? How big is it going to be? Is it going to be more of a firefight? Is it going to be one-sided? Is it going to be a team battle? Like, what's going on here? So I'm very curious to see what happens there. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? And why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please like and subscribe below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night.